Black America owes me an apology. Candace Owens, you feel me? This is my first time actually hearing of Candace Owens. I'm just now getting into, politics and the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. I'm just now, you know what I'm saying? So I want to learn. Past videos we've been reacting to with myself or, with my girl, Chris. I want to know, you know what I'm saying? I definitely want to know a lot, you know what I'm saying, for myself, for my family, about different things, you know what I'm saying? This video was commented, was sent, all of that. Then receiving emails, comments, communities tab, everything of different videos. So definitely appreciate everybody. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in, giving their thoughts on things and all that, you feel me? Definitely lit. But you already know, let's get in the video.
Happy birthday to me. Not really my birthday, but it feels like a birthday. I feel like I should be receiving presents and that somebody should be making me a cake because of this little update on Black Lives Matter. My friends, guess what? They are headed for insolvency after plunging $8.5 million into the red. Wow, what? How didn't they collect $90 million following the George Floyd? Who was it that was saying that it was a scam? I don't remember. Who was the girl that was saying that BLM was definitely a scam?
That I don't support the Black Lives Matter movement whatsoever because the Black Lives Matter movement does not support me. I think that a better title for that movement would be Black Deaths Matter. They seem to protest, they seem to rage, and they seem to ruin, and they seem to support violence when a black person dies. What about when a black person lives? There are tons of black people that are trying to better themselves in their community. There are tons of black people that are disadvantaged by the homes that they are born into and just not having money.
I mean, based off of like what she's saying, like how do y'all feel about the whole situation, like as far as it is, like with her saying that only people care about is Black Lives Matter when somebody dies and not, you know what I'm saying, as well as it being somebody living. Like what? And I could get that, and I can see that too. I mean, why isn't that Black Lives Matter? You feel me? You have this, and it's when somebody died, but like, why not when somebody lived as well? So I can see what she's saying with that. I mean, me personally, I can see why she's saying that because I feel like that's something that definitely needs to take place. It can be the same thing. You feel me? Somebody lived.
What about when a black person lives? There are tons of black people that are trying to better themselves in their community. There are tons of black people that are disadvantaged by the homes that they are born into and just not having money. These groups do not fund them. They will pay for somebody's funeral, but they will not pay for somebody's college education.
You say Black Lives Matter is...
So that's something that's I feel like so I feel like that's something too. I mean, having somebody's paying for somebody's funeral, that's obviously a sad thing. I mean, it's for a funeral. And although it's a good thing, you know what I'm saying, paying for a funeral and stuff like that, it's definitely good. But actually saying, why not pay for somebody's, you know what I'm saying, college tuition? Why not help out with those things to better, you know what I'm saying, the black community better, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, if you running Black Lives Matter and shit like that. But I want to get more into the Black Lives Matter stuff too, because I was told that in plenty of comments, I was told around me, even before I got into these type of videos and shit like that, is that the Black Lives Matter movement, I don't know if it was men, women, whoever it was, that started it and had things funded, all of that, they didn't take any of that money to put in the black communities and doing that and doing. So I heard that. I'm not really sure on it. I'm not saying this is something that I heard. That's why I want to get more into this.
For somebody's college education.
You say Black Lives Matter is what?
Is a political arm for the Democratic Party.
That has been co-opted.
Correct.
Patrisse Cullors continues to lie. Black Lives Matter continues to lie. $90 million, of which $21 million apparently went to, according to Black Lives Matter themselves, it went to building the black movement. Like, I don't even know what that means. $25 million going to building a black movement. Apparently, the black movement was Patrisse moving herself, a black woman moving herself into other areas of the communities of people that she claims are oppressing black Americans. She's fearful of white people. White people are so bad. Well, why doesn't she want to live amongst amongst black people. Oh my God, it was me. It was actually me. I was saying that for years. And I got called an Uncle Tom, I got called a coon, I got called all sorts of things. I got called a bed wench. I got called someone that was tap dancing for the white man. And I think what they were really looking for was the phrase that Candace is more intelligent than me and wasn't gonna fall for another race hustle. Because that's what Black Lives Matter always was, right? And people that are emotional and are uneducated respond to that, right? They respond to someone saying, the Klansmen are coming back if you don't vote for me. And then they run in the streets and they say, we gotta protest Trump because this person tells me the Klansman is coming. But they don't even stop to think. This is what BLM did. They wanted the ultimate hustle, right? They said, okay, we got Trump in office. We've got the media telling everybody that he's aligned with David Duke and that he's literally Adolf Hitler. So now we're gonna get the lowest denominator, which we believe to be black Americans, the dumbest people, the least educated people, which, by the way, factually speaking, when you take a look at the literacy rates in America, yeah, it's a bit of a problem. We're going to get those people, expect them to respond emotionally and follow us into the streets. And they can grab some handbags. What they'll get back is a few handbags, and then business owners will move out of their neighborhoods, and they'll be impoverished after they sell those handbags. But we're going to give them some.
So, like, my first thought, like, because this is my first time, like, reacting to Candace Owens. My first thought, you feel me, of Candace Owens is she's straightforward as hell. And me personally, I like straightforward people. I like straightforward people because you want to have that person tell you how it is. You don't want a person beating around the bush. You don't want a person that's in there babying the facts and babying this and baby. Shit.
Black Americans,
just being
the
real.
dumbest people, the least educated people, which, by the way, factually speaking, when you take a look at the literacy rates in America, yeah, it's a bit of a problem. We're going to get those people, expect them to respond emotionally and follow us into the streets. And they can grab some handbags. What they'll get back is a few handbags, and then business owners will move out of their neighborhoods, and they'll be impoverished after they sell those handbags. But we're going to give them some fun. And black people just did it. I mean, it was just so dumb. It was embarrassing. It was foolish. I didn't care, not a single minute when I was called a name, because when you're right, you're right, okay? When you are right, you are right. And it pays to just wait and let time settle the dust. And boy, has time done just that. Financial disclosures obtained by the Washington Free Beacon show the perilous state of BLM Global Networks Foundation, which officially emerged in 2020 as a more formal way of structuring the civil rights movement. The civil rights movement. Scam. Yet despite the financial controversy and scrutiny, BLM continued to hire relatives of the founder, Patrisse Cullors, and several board members. Cullors' brother, Paul Cullors, set up 2 companies which were paid $1.6 million, providing professional security services. Basically, Patrisse Cullors hired all her family, all her friends. She dispersed all of the money to them, and now they're going to leave BLM where it is, dead in the water, because it was never about anything other than hustling white people that feel guilty for being white. They're idiots. And black people that are stupid and are so invested in their race that they suspend logical thinking. Also, idiots. And I don't feel bad for either of these people. But so if you don't
hold back, bro. She dead ass don't hold back. Like, I mean, just thinking about that, like having somebody starting a movement, having somebody, and you having family, you having your friends start a movement that you would think that will put, college funds with as well as funerals, as well as other things for the black community, things like that, towards, raising all that money rather than taking that money and splitting it upon and moving on. You know what I'm saying? Damn. And this, again, this is what I heard from comments, from people telling me things, from me asking individuals, and now I'm hearing it, from Candace Owens.
His brother, Paul Cullors, set up 2 companies which were paid $1.6 million, providing professional security services. Basically,
I had to look over to make sure I said her name right.
Companies
Again, this is my
which
first
were
time.
paid $1.6 million, providing professional security services. Basically, Patrisse Cullors hired all her family, all her friends. She dispersed all of the money to them, and now they're going to leave BLM where it is, dead in the water, because it was never about anything other than hustling white people that feel guilty for being white. They're idiots. And black people that are stupid and are so invested in their race that they suspend logical thinking. Also, idiots. And I don't feel bad for either of these people. But so if you donated to Black Lives Matter because you were feeling white and guilty, or you're feeling black and stupid, I just don't care. You got what you deserved. So go on, Patrice, with your big bad self. Enjoy those millionaire houses. Invite me over. Invite me over, Patrice. Let's hang out. Okay, speaking
So
of
she didn't took the bread. She didn't took all that money and then just left. I didn't even know. I thought, listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I dead ass thought Black Lives Matter was just like a movement that people were like, Black Lives Matter, like they'll put in like hashtags, they'll put like in like their profile, or they'll, walk around with Black Lives Matter signs, or go downtown and walk and stuff. I didn't know that people was actually like funding something called Black Lives Matter and actually like doing I'm all new to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. She didn't took the money, gave friends and family who, was running it with her, and then just bounced tight. Damn.
Enjoy those millionaire houses. Invite me over, Patrice.
That's wild.
Let's hang out. Okay, speaking of BLM and individuals that are low IQ, who of course end up being the most racist individuals in society and also the most violent individuals in society, because when you don't have any intellect, it's very easy to impart your emotions at all times, and your emotions will spiral and you become physically violent because you don't know how to communicate, you don't know how to rationalize. Well, that was my verdict instantly regarding the adjunct professor at Hunter College yesterday. We showed you who went up to a pro-life group that was simply passing out brochures to state why they were pro-life, and she freaked out, accused them of violence because they didn't agree with her, and then she threw their brochures and attempted to flip the table in this horrific act of violence. And Hunter College was investigating it, and I declared that this is a violent woman. Well, if I had just held on for a few minutes, I would have found that she then was pursued by a New York Post reporter and a cameraman at her house, and she put a machete to the reporter's neck. The footage is unbelievable. Take a listen.
Away from my door. Get the f*** away from my door.
Let's get out of here. You can't do that.
I mean, it is so shocking. You can't even imagine this taking place anywhere.
Shit.
But
Hold on.
that she then was pursued by a New York Post reporter and a cameraman.
Hold on. Let me make sure I'm hearing this shit right,
accused them of
Let me make sure I hear this
professor
shit right.
at Hunter College yesterday. We showed you who went up to a pro-life group that was simply passing out brochures to state why they were pro-life, and she freaked out, accused them of violence because they didn't agree with her, and then she threw their brochures and attempted to flip the table in this horrific act of violence. And Hunter College was investigating it, and I declared that this is a violent woman. Well, if I had just held on for a few minutes, I would have found that she then was pursued by a New York Post reporter and a cameraman at her house, and she put a machete to the reporter's neck. The footage is unbelievable. Take a listen.
Away from my door. Get the f*** away from my door.
Let's get out of here. You can't do that.
I think she knew she was being filmed though. She was being filmed when she seen, you know what I'm saying, about right here.
Away from my door. Get the f*** away from my door.
She looked at that camera right there, had to back up,
get
like,
out
you know
of
what I'm
here.
saying, hold on.
You can't do that.
Damn.
I mean, it is so shocking. You can't even imagine this taking place anywhere. But I don't know, in a country that is being overtaken by ISIS and they're about to conduct a beheading. That's what she looks like. She looks like an ISIS soldier, which, by the way, many people, the most radical BLM soldiers, were ISIS soldiers, right? They were willing to go this far. So you kind of begin to peel back this onion and you realize, wait, what the hell is happening? She then followed them outside onto the street with this machete and chased them running. Take a look.
They got her on
Has
film?
at first is these two men. They look like they're maybe going to their car, and she's behind them, and she has her hood up, and she has her machete, and she's pursuing the guy particularly that has the camera, right? Because she thinks he's taking photos, not realizing that there's a dashboard camera that's catching all of this. She's chasing him.
They got her in 4K, bro. They got her in 4K, bro. Look.
These
in
two men look like they're maybe
4K,
going to their car, and she's
40-yard
behind
dash.
them, and she has her hood up, and she has her machete, and she's pursuing the guy particularly that has the camera, right? Because she thinks he's taking photos, not realizing that there's a
In 4K, bro. Oh my God, bro. What is wrong with people today, bro? I know I'm laughing. I'm sorry, but this shit, like, it's beyond me. I'm new
Particularly
to
that
this
has
shit.
the camera, right? Because she thinks he's taking photos, not realizing that there's a dashboard camera that's catching all of this. She is chasing him on foot, and then his partner, who I'm assuming is the actual reporter, then chases her away. I mean, this is just unbelievable footage. They're running around the car. She is a machete-wielding maniac, but also an adjunct professor at Hunter College who also taught at NYU. This is terrifying stuff. And this is not something to mock. Obviously, this woman should be arrested. And then Hunter College finally said, oh, now we're going to release her. So she's...
Bro, listen, regardless of, like, who people is, that's what a lot of people, like, mistaken a lot. It can be your next door neighbor that you talk to every day. You never know how they're going to react to something. Like, that's like, it's literally like you don't really know people in today, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really know people. Like, yeah, she a professor. She might be, you know what I'm saying? You might think she the nicest lady. You never know. Shit, some shit just, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. This shit wild.
Maniac, but also an adjunct professor at Hunter College who also taught at NYU. This is terrifying stuff. And this is not something to mock. Obviously, this woman should be arrested. And then Hunter College finally said, oh, now we're going to release her. So she's since been fired. But why did it take her wielding a machete to be fired, right? She should have been fired immediately after she violently attacked those kids who simply had brochures. How did she even make it into the hallways of Hunter College or NYU? Oh, I know. It was another DEI initiative where you have a bunch of criminals that are flying under the radar of diversity, equity, and inclusion, because what you are including are people that are insane, that are uneducated, that are low IQ, okay, and that are going to demand that you let them into those spaces to teach what? Militancy. That is exactly what she was there to teach, okay? Calling herself a professor of the arts. No, she's a complete and utter whack job that should be in prison. Want to know another fun fact about this woman? Shalene Rodriguez, that's her name, by the way, is also suing the NYPD, claiming officers abused her when she was arrested in the Bronx during a protest over the murder of George Floyd in June of 2020. Again, I did not have this information yesterday, and none of it surprises me. I made exactly the right prognostications about her, that she's a whack job type BLM protester who is exceedingly violent. And despite her violence, despite having an arrest record with the NYPD, despite the fact that they knew that this individual was a problem and they arrested her, they apprehended this person, she still was allowed to teach in the halls of NYU and Hunter College. She is not the only person that should be fired from Hunter College. The entire ecosystem that ever allowed her into a position to harm children should be fired, right? Whatever it is, it's going to be some DEI office that's looking for unique and artsy individuals with a history of being violent and protesting and standing up for their rights. They should all be fired. They should all be dismissed. And this goes back to something that is wonderful about Ron DeSantis, that he has done this in the state of Florida, that he has said no to adjunct professors like Shalene Rodriguez, who have no place anywhere but in a prison. If you like this video, you will like the full episode even better. You can find it by clicking the link in the description.
Man, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. This was definitely, you know what I'm saying, something. Candace Owens, definitely straightforward. Definitely gonna tell you how it is. She ain't holding nothing back. And that's a good thing. Feel me? You definitely saying you should want that. You know what I'm saying? You're like it's straightforward. But that was some crazy shit. Seeing that was definitely some crazy shit. Yeah, you feel me? Hearing that it is different things. The Black Lives Matter. I didn't even know about that. I didn't know that they actually took the money and just ran off and not. I didn't even know that they was fun. Like, I didn't even notice. I thought it was just like a little movement. You know, people just yelled. You know, I thought it was a movement. I didn't know that it was actually like somebody like they was sending money to like. That's crazy. That's crazy. So basically, then hustled everybody out of their money. Hustled everybody out of their money and then just bounced. Didn't give it back. Didn't do nothing about it. That's crazy. Damn. Make sure y'all hit the like button, that subscribe button. Other videos, you feel me? Make sure y'all comment down below. Other videos, Candace Owens, please comment down below and let me know. Like I said, this is my first time reacting to Candace Owens. You feel me? Heard a lot about good and bad, and shit. I mean, I don't know. I mean, she's straightforward to me, so I don't. I don't know. You feel me? But you already know. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Catch y'all next one.